So Ed, I wanted to ask about sort of the core pillars needed to move forward to a stronger, more future-proofed identity landscape. What does that mean to you? What does it mean for OpenAP and the industry? Please share your thoughts.
Well, over the last couple of years, we've focused on really establishing the standards that made it easier to scale advanced advertising campaigns across publishers. So, you can now run a linear audience guaranteed campaign across publishers just as easily as you can run a demo campaign. We did that with standards around the audience activation process, how you define campaigns and media plans, and reporting so that you can get unduplicated reach and sort of standard reporting across publishers. So at our core, it's always been about establishing standards, then developing tech and rolling out new capabilities and efficiencies. So we have a publisher product council and an advertiser advisory board. And we really go to them for guidance on our big initiatives. And over the next 12 months, our goal is to unlock cross-platform, the cross-platform evolution on our core use cases. So our goal is to evolve the three primary use cases we have in planning, optimization, and measurement to include cross-platform capabilities. Now, the reason I gave that wind up is because underneath any cross-platform pursuit really is this notion of having an identity for your consumer, for the viewer. So identity and data describing the viewer, data describing what the viewer is consuming, that's really important to OpenAP as we pursue any cross-platform extensions to what we're doing.
So tell us about the identity graph as you guys use it, need it. What does it look like?
Well, really, there's been a lot of data environments that have been created that are now supporting this commingling of data in safer ways. Being able to take identity data from one data vendor collector and put it into a safe environment where it can be combined with data from another data provider. And for us, our goal at OpenAP is to be able to accept data from an agency or brand and match that up with a measurement data or audience activation data set, and then be able to share the result, be able to share the audience segment with any publisher that the agency or brand would like to explore campaigns with. So for us, it's very practical. There are a lot of people working in the industry that have a real sort of philosophical underpinning to what they're doing. And of course we do too, but for us, it gets pretty real pretty fast. We need to be able to assemble data. We need to be able to distribute an audience that's been defined, and then we need to be able to measure the performance against that audience. If we can't do those things, then our investments aren't really delivering the functionality that we need to. So when we think about an identity graph, when we think about the existing solutions out there, we really hyper-focus on use cases. Does this solution allow itself to be used in an actual use case that an agency has, or in an actual use case that a publisher has? And if the answer is yes, great. We'll lean in and integrate it and make sure that the process is really smooth for our customers. And if it doesn't support a use case, then sometimes we'll lean in to help figure out how to make it support a use case. So that's kind of the way we think about it.
So how do the partners in OpenAP, in your group, the members, how do they participate in a more kind of unified identity graph, or how do they make the system? How is the system interoperable with the partners and their data sets?
Well, the first thing is collecting data is really best done when you have a relationship with your customer. And our publishers have these relationships. They've built those relationships over time. There's a trust there. So I like the fact that our publishers take this data collection and what's being done with it so seriously. You know, they're in the business of having a relationship with a viewer. So I think our publishers collecting all this data, whether it's new registration data from new direct-to-consumer, you know, streaming offerings, or thoughtfully consolidating registration data from recent acquisitions in the direct-to-consumer viewership space. Ultimately, they have a very high bar for how that data is going to be shared, where it's going to be shared, how it's going to be used. And the recent industry's answer to that has been to create these environments where data can be contributed, but only authorized for a specific use. And our publishers are, you know, banded together here for OpenAP, which is nice. They've already got a lot of history now with OpenAP of agreeing on standards of how to share innovation, share activated audience segments for linear. So they just continue to support us in defining ways for them to commingle data for the purpose of making it easy for buyers to get access to that data and make better audience segments and make better data informed decisions when they're doing cross publisher campaigns.